Yeah.
Salutes to Fly Hooligan in full effect. Want to shout out my bro, J-Ronin, and his podcast, the J-Ronin podcast, and the All Elements Mix Show. Boom.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? You already know who it is, DJ J-Ronin. We're back, J-Ronin podcast and the All Elements Mix Show on Delicious Vinyl Radio, on the Dash Radio app, powered by Black League Entertainment. And I'm back, another great episode. I got my fam, my brother from another, all the way from London. Give it up, y'all, for the Fly Hooligan.
Salute, fam. What you say?
Yo, salute, bro. You know, we go back. About 14, 15 years now.
A long time, yeah, bro. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Very far back. Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing right now, because I was saying this before, all these American artists are coming to you. Hey, can you help me build my brand? Help me with pre-orders and put out tapes and vinyl and CDs and distribution. And people in America are coming to you out in London like, hey, that's a beautiful thing, you know?
Yeah, for real. No, I'm honored for that. You know what I mean? It's not everyone can pull that off, you know. So
Gourmet Deluxe.
Yes, sir. Gourmet Deluxe.
You know, I like deluxe things. I like gourmet. I don't got a hat. Why don't I got a hat?
That's coming, bro. That's coming, man. Trust me.
Speaking of hats, shout out to First Verse Apparel. That's my wife's cousin's brand. Shout out to JR.
Wow.
In Florida, you know.
Wow.
But yeah, man. You're doing big things, and you've been doing big things. As an artist, you know the Fly Hooligan, you got the brand Gourmet Deluxe. You also host one of the biggest parties in London. I know that's not your focus when you're out here doing interviews, but you know, you host Living Proof, which is a crazy party. I got the DJ one time back in the day at a marketplace, if you remember that.
Yes, sir. I remember that.
And
Yeah.
That was good times, man.
And it's dope, man.
That was my first time DJing in London.
That's actually when we first met, I think.
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah. It was the Biggie tribute.
Yep. You know what's funny about that was I was outside at the queue. That's the line in America. We call it the queue out there. And I was trying to hustle some mixtapes before the party starts. And a couple people buy them. A lot of people are like, oh, I ain't buying that shit. Fuck you, bro. Give me an attitude and all that. I'm like, oh, word? Okay. And they didn't know I was DJing, you know. So then it starts to rain. People are like, oh. And I have two girls on my arm and a couple other people with me who bought my mixer. Hey, yo, if you bought my tape, come with me. I'm getting all y'all in. Come on, let's go. They're like, oh, can you get me in too? I was like, well, all you motherfuckers that didn't buy my mixtape, now you guys sit out in the rain like an asshole. Fuck you.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, I definitely took people off because later on that night, someone tried to spill a drink on me and then swung on me and I sidestepped and caught him in a tiger claw right in his fucking neck. And he got broken up, but that was a great party, man.
J-Ronin is a wild one.
I remember your boy Kaiser was going crazy.
Yeah, that's my brother right there, man.
Right.
Kaiser. Woo!
Yeah.
Kaiser.
That's
yeah,
That's when I first met Budgie too.
Actually,
no, I met Budgie before that. I'm not sure.
No, I think that would have been your first time meeting Budgie too, because that was practically your first time in London, and that's where you pretty much met all of us.
First time as a grown person doing hip hop shit, because I had been there in '93 as a kid, but that didn't really count.
And you would have met Budgie in '93, bro.
No.
Exactly. So that was pretty much when you met all of us.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, good times, and you helped show me around London back then. We kept in touch. You came out to New York several times. I came out to London a few more times. And we always kept in touch, did songs, did videos together, did shows together.
R.I.P. J Arch, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, J Arch.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the Elemental Cartel video, that joint.
That's right. Yeah, man. That video, man, that day was just, yeah, that day was ill, man.
Yeah.
And I remember we rolled up to PNC Radio not too long after that.
Right.
And we just, yeah, we was on J Arch's show.
Right. Yep. I remember
That's
that.
what. Oh yeah, Jackie the model as well. Shout out to Jackie the
Yep.
model, man. That's where we met Jackie the model as well.
Right.
Man, met so many people up there, man. Sean Fallion, so many people. And you know, it was crazy as well. Like, I remember thinking to myself the other day, I'm gonna talk to you about when we went to Eclipse's show and we met Black Stan.
Oh yeah.
And bro, like,
I'm glad you brought his name up, man.
Literally the fucking day after, bro. Like, we get that news, man. You know, so big fucking rest in peace to Black Stan, man.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's definitely boy, speechless, man. Speechless.
He had just rocked my last birthday bash. You know, and we were keeping in touch. And
dude was cold.
Good dude, man.
Was cold with it, man.
I was trying to give him bread. Like, yo, you want some gas money? You came out from Connecticut. He said, man, it's your birthday. Here's some money. I'm like, oh shit. You know, and he first time I met him, I was on the road with Planet Asia, and Asia was rapping, and I forgot he said some line about, oh, I hate when a bitch ass motherfucker does some shit. And he happened to look someone in the eye when he said the line. And the guy felt like he was trying to play me, and he went and tried to grab the mic cord and ripped it out of the mic. And you know, it almost turned into a whole big crazy fight. And Stan broke it up and made the guy apologize. I was DJing for Asia, you know, we were on tour. And you know, it got deaded, but you know, that's the first time I met him.
Yeah, Black Stan, man. I think, no, in fact, I know I've got the footage of when we was on Eclipse's show. This is way before he went to Shape 45 as well.
Yeah. Oh, this is a halftime radio.
Yeah, halftime. That's right. It was on halftime radio, and I've got footage, man.
NYU.
I've got that footage as well. I've got that footage, and that's when we went straight after that. That's when we went to the Rakim show. We stumbled upon the private Rakim show.
Right.
You know
and we were hanging out with him for like an hour or two after the show.
Hour and a half and shit. Yeah, bro. Just talking on the corner, like just breaking bread, like, you know, just getting that wisdom, man. You know what I mean? Just getting that knowledge passed down to us.
How many times did you call you Baby Paul? Shout out to Rakim.
Wow. That was ill, man. That was an ill day, man. That was an ill day. And yeah, like, so I was thinking to myself, yeah, like, you know, we're gonna definitely talk about that. And then bam, like yesterday, rest in peace to Jamal Edwards as well. You know, he was
SBTV, right?
Serious pioneer, bro. Like, the respect, I boil it down to this: the respect the UK has got in terms of quote unquote urban music is because of him. You know. Yeah, man. You remember that joint, Video Killed the Radio Storm? So with Jamal Edwards, he remixed it with what he did. SBTV killed the TV storm straight. Like YouTube, he put YouTube on the map, like with SBTV.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Where Channel U stopped and fell short, he kept it going, bro. Like, and he put so much food on a lot of people's tables.
Channel U had all the grime videos and stuff, right? Back in the day.
Channel U had everything, to be fair with you. You know what I mean? Like, Channel U also broke a lot of artists. Yeah. But like I said, it came to a point where Channel U stopped, you know, and SBTV just kept going and going and going. And then SBTV, you know, Jamal Edwards' idea birthed other channels like SBTV, for instance, Link Up TV, what's the other one again? There's so many out there now, you know what I mean? But I specifically recall Link Up TV. There's another one, I forget names and shit, but Jamal Edwards has fed thousands of people. He's changed hundreds of lives, you know what I'm saying? Because not just the artists who SBTV or Jamal Edwards has broken into the industry, but they've also got families, and their team members have families too.
Right.
So you bunch that shit together, that's hundreds upon thousands of people.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and you know, I couldn't make it because I was on the motorway last night, but there was a gathering at a nice in Acton where there's a mural of it. Thankfully, he was alive to see that go up on the wall. But yeah, everyone gathered there to pay their respects to him. You know, condolences to his family as well. His mother.
My condolences.
You know, it's you know, yeah, man. You know, yeah, man. Like big condolences to them. And you know, Acton is literally down the road, man. That's West London, Northwest West London. It's all the same place as far as I'm concerned. You know. So yeah, man, you know, we definitely feel that loss here in the UK. 31 years of age as well, you know. Yeah, man, it's a mad one, you know. But yeah, here UK and US, man, we both taken a serious hit on the same day. Like we both took a serious hit on the same day. You know.
Yeah, hip hop's taking a lot of hits, man. I think we just got to get healthier. You know, I know, of course, I'm working on losing weight. I got to work harder on it. I got to, you know, eat less carbs, get on the treadmill more, and all that. But and you know, get back to my martial arts training. But you know, I'm trying to encourage everybody to you know, get their health right, because we're not getting any younger. The people in their 30s and 40s and 50s.
I always say, man, health first, man. Health first. Mental, physical health, then family, and then everything is just below the waist, man. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Everything else is below the waist. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't get your mind and your body right, you're not gonna be able to do anything else. You know, and it's very, very, very important. You know, because we're losing people by the ton. Every other week, every other month, every other day, even. You know what I'm saying? Like, I definitely have to send my condolences to the family of a young brother I knew as well. I've known him since he was a little kid. He's the best. He was the best friend of someone I see as my little brother as well. So I've literally seen him and his friends grow up since childhood, and he took his own life just over a week ago as well. So yeah, so rest in peace to TK, man. You know,
it's depression out here and all that.
It's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just thankful we as a society, as the world right now, we see suicide in a different light. We're not looking at it from like a medieval Catholic perspective. Sorry, I don't want to say Catholic, but from a religious perspective, where it's deemed as a sin and you're going to hell. Maybe some people still look at it like that, but you know, we're looking at it more intricately now.
Right.
And we're saying, look, it's a lot. It's different. It's not what we necessarily think it might be. You know what I'm saying? If you can't help it, you can't help it. You know, when there's a void, when there's a certain type of void that's opened up within the human psyche and the human spirit and soul, there's nothing, you know, 9 times out of 10, there's nothing worldly that could fill that void, you know. So it's very important we look after ourselves and we do the best that we can to look out for one another as well, because yeah, we just don't know, you know, who's going through what, like, you know. And this is a kid, like, he was high spirited, he was the life of the party. You know, all his best friends would say that about him. You know what I'm saying? It was like now the room is just quiet. You know what I'm saying? Because
A lot of times, the
he
one
was
that's laughing and the life of the party, on the inside, they're hurting.
exactly
They're,
that Robin Williams type shit. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like you're the funniest person in the world, but you're the saddest person inside. You know, and that's the thing. When you feel like there's nothing else you could do about it, there's no one out there that can help you. There's not a single materialistic thing that can eradicate that feeling that you've got. What else are you going to end up doing? And that's a mental health. That's a defect. You know what I'm saying? That's something we cannot help. You know what I'm saying? There's something missing there. And, you know, I'm just glad that the world is starting to look at it a lot differently. And
yeah, I mean, mental health is important. You know, being able to talk to your friends, family, or even a professional, it's okay. And
yeah,
you know, we
absolutely.
gotta have our physical and mental health right. There's a lot of people dying from that. And then, you know,
Yeah, man.
I know in London too, that whole drill scene, there's a lot of gang violence in that. We've had 4 New York drill rappers shot in the last month or
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Bronx is going on wild right now. But
Brooklyn
like,
too.
yeah, Brooklyn and Bronx, for real, for real.
Yeah.
Chicago as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, man, I'm never, ever gonna judge any of that, because at the end of the day, that's their lives and that's their reality. You feel me? There's always a choice, but you know,
Yeah, but
that's for
I'm
them
gonna
to
be
make.
real with you. I've seen some of these kids, their families work. They come from hardworking families and they have other opportunities, and sometimes they choose that to get the materialistic things they don't have, or just
Pressure, man.
clout chasing, or they're getting pressured by people in the neighborhood. Oh, get down with this, you know. There's a lot of that,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I feel you.
But you know, I want to see more alternatives for you know the youth and all that. But yeah,
That's why we do what we do, right?
yeah, that's why we do what we do. You know,
We
I
offer up
do
an
what I can.
alternative.
Yeah,
That's why I set up Gold Made Deluxe. That's why I started, you know, gourmet rap. That's why I started doing gourmet rap, because I wanted people to see that, and I wanted the younger generation to see that and be like, yo, yeah, you know what? I do like drill, I do like grime, I like trap, I like all this other shit out there, but yeah, man, gourmet rap, like that might be up more up my street. You know what I mean?
right.
Let me give it a try, like, and you know, join history and be part of the making of history as well, because you know it's so niche right now. It's so fresh, you know, and it's something that can potentially be one of the biggest things underground hip hop scene has ever had. You know, and as we all know, like nothing is impossible. Nothing is impossible. It's just what we put our mind to, and what we are prepared to speak into the universe in the form
Right.
of affirmation, and work towards that, and you know, and just be resilient in our pursuit of happiness, so to speak, or
Right.
in our pursuit of accomplishment. You know.
And I've seen you, you know, recreate yourself, man, build a brand, and you know, shout out to you. You've done it, you know, and it's
Yes,
still
sir.
growing, but it's a beautiful thing to see.
No, I appreciate you, man. Like, yeah, you know, it's, you know me, man. I've always loved hip hop. I've always spoken passionately about hip hop.
Right.
Yeah, I've always wanted to find ways to give back, you know, to the culture.
Right.
And you know, I firmly believe, and I know this as a fact. It's not even speculative at all. Like, it's not theorized or nothing, but it was something. It was an energy there was just an energy that a certain group of people were tapping into back in 2014, 2015. And this was around the times I was taking effect of my reinvention, because my plan to reinvent myself goes back to like my first ever conversation with Sean Price, rest in peace. You know, so after my first conversation with Sean and speaking to him about the art of reinvention itself, you know, it sparked something within me, you know what I'm saying? And like, and here I am now, you know, and that's what I want to be for someone else. That conversation with Sean was a catalyst for me, you know what I'm saying? And it was something I took a long time to plan, and I brought that plan to a group of people that I was in a team with at one point. They weren't trying to hear it. And so I went off and did it by myself. And, you know, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I stuck to my guns. And, you know, I'm glad I also did it from a pure place, because ultimately it's about the culture for me. You know what I'm saying? It's about that culture, and it's about teaching others about the culture, regardless of where they're from.
And being a platform, and you know, being a platform,
yeah, I mean,
and curating dope stuff and keeping it out, you know?
Exactly. And that's shit that I can keep to myself, bro. But the thing is, it comes so easy to me. I'm naturally gifted like that in terms of creativity, and my chosen field. It comes natural to me. I've got millions of ideas. You see what I'm saying? And my physical is catching up to my mental. My physical is playing catch up with my mental. You know, so when I'm making someone's album look tremendous, or I'm curating that whole thing for their
artwork behind you.
Right, there you go. Like this artwork alone is back in 2019, and the brother who made this artwork, he goes by the name of Stabmaster Arson. I told him, you know, he's doing a lot of work now, and I told him in 2019, like, he's gonna, you know, he's gonna be the shit very soon. And I just sat there and I watched everything pan out for him. You know what I mean? And I you know, I knew that. Like, so that's me, innit? Like, I can see things like that, you know, and it would be a disservice to the culture that has put food on my table many occasions, to keep my vision and my gift to myself. You know what I'm saying? I've got an abundance of it, like, you know, and all I need is a little bit of time and I can make it happen for someone. And that also goes with my confidence within my capabilities as well, because I gave my platform and I shared it with everybody else. You know, no one's abilities scare me in any way, shape, or form, because there's a few things I'm aware of. The world is a big place. Yeah, it might be a small world, you know, in terms of, you know, certain aspects of how you look at it, but it's still a big place with a shitload of people in it. You know what I mean? So there's always going to be a market for you, regardless of whoever you think is a doper MC, or who.
There's enough money for everybody to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. All you got to do is find the people,
competition. Man. We can just all. There's enough money for everybody.
Yeah, bro.
Each one teach one. Let's get it. You know.
I don't see competition. I see a matter of preference. You know what I'm saying? It's a matter of preference, and it's my job to tap into the preference. You know what I'm saying? Or it's my job to just be me. And then those people who have that preference for the type of MC I am, or the type of individual I am, to tap into what, you know, my energy's emanating, you know what I'm saying, into the universe. So yeah.
Well, what are some of the artists you've put out through Gourmet Deluxe, through your platform?
Hus Kingpin, Big Ghost, Crime Apple, Vic Spencer. This group that no one really knows of, they're called Chuck and Lock. They're fucking fire, man. They're from LA. To me personally, you know, like, they remind me of Company Flow a lot. They got that vibe. company Flow, Definitive Jokes type vibe, you know what I mean? I think they're so fucking ill.
Right.
So I'm always gonna shout them out. I see a lot of potential in those brothers as well. So yeah, there's them. There's obviously Mav and Rob, Riggs and Mooch as well. We did a collaboration with Top Shelf Premium, Top Shelf Premium as well. You know,
Right.
yeah, man, we've done a lot, man. We put out 2 Conway albums as well, via way of Big Ghost. Yeah, man, yeah, like we've done a lot. Rim the Villain, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to my bro Rim the Villain as well. Yeah, man, we've done a lot. VHSU as well.
Producer?
Yeah.
All right. I know he's working with my
well.
peoples in Phoenix a lot.
Right, yeah, nah, he's good people, man. I got a lot of time for dude, man. What's his name as well? Sleep Sinatra. Yeah, man, like we've done a ton load of people, man. And you know, and like I said, man, it's not me personally, I ain't worried about any of them. You know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of, look, this is my platform. I want to give back to the culture. I want to help people progress, you know. It was a saying, it was something that M1 said to me when I was a little youth, and I approached M1
M1 from Dead Prez, for those that
yes,
need the reference, right?
Yes, sir. Like, and he was like, you know, by me helping you, you know, will empower you to help someone one day, like when you're in my position. Exactly. You know, and I've been in M1's position hundreds of times now for the last 6 years and counting. Right. You know, and I've always kept that line in the back of my head, like, you know, you're always going to be in that position where, you know, you can help someone and just give back to the culture. Right.
And I do that too. I'm better with the promo and marketing and putting events together as far as and putting out projects. I'm still building that side of what I'm doing.
Yeah, man, no, that's beautiful, man.
I gotta talk to you more about it. You know, you're the guru now.
Nah, never that, man. I'm still learning. I learn from yourself. I learn from so many other people. You know, hip hop. The hip hop culture or hip hop is a relationship. You know, you always learn things from you learn things from your partner. You feel me? Right. You pick up each other's characteristics sometimes. You know, you adopt it into your characteristic. So that's my relationship with hip hop. I've picked up a lot of things from hip hop, and I'm just reflecting it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm reciprocating that energy, you know? And that's it, man. So I'm learning from everyone, bro.
Tell me a little bit about your history. Where did you grow up in London? And
all right, so
how did that shape you, you know, as a person?
I've grown up everywhere in London, especially Northwest London. I've lived damn near every part of Northwest London throughout my life. And I would say it shaped me in a sense of, especially in Northwest London has such like a very, very deep root. Northwest London and West London has a very deep root in the music culture worldwide. Not just Black British music. I'm talking like worldwide, you know, like we've had Marvin Gaye live out here. You know what I'm saying? We've had Bob Marley live out here. Bob Marley still has his family out here. You know what I'm saying? Julian Marley and them lot. They just down the road, like that family's just down the road from us. You know what I'm saying? Like we've got Trojan Records. We've had Dennis Emmanuel Brown. Rest in peace, Gregory Isaacs. Rest in peace. These men them all like rode or lived in Halsden at one point, or Northwest London, West London. You know what I mean? You know, it's changed, like, and their music like changed the world. You feel me? So growing up in that, you know, growing up in Halsden, you got a very deep culture, a deep like bashment dancehall culture in Halsden, in particular, Lovers Rock, exactly, you know. roots reggae,
Mhm.
dub, you know what I'm saying? Even jungle to us, you know what I mean? Like we got all of that here. So it's a melting pot. It's a melting pot of culture out here in Northwest London. So it's like it definitely influenced me in so many ways. Like just being on road at one point in my life and just absorbing everything my elders was telling me and stuff like that. Like, you know, the one thing that always stuck in my mind is keep your business to yourself. You understand? Don't go out there be on some bossy thing, because there's always a bad man for a bad man. You know what I mean? So, you know,
Always a bigger
one
fish.
thing exactly. You know, exactly. So like, so road has always taught me, like, you know, you humble yourself. You understand? Because you just never know. You know, when things take a left turn, you know what I'm saying? You stand your ground, of course, but you don't go out there to intentionally disrespect anybody. Look, the amount of times I've been to America and I've walked down some of the most dangerous roads and nobody bothered me because I hold myself with a certain level of respect. And I
don't even realize you're from London until you start talking a lot of times.
Exactly. And even when I do talk, they think I'm putting that shit on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You've witnessed it how many times? You see what I'm saying? So it's a universal language. You know what I'm saying? It's a universal language. Is that code of conduct? You know what I'm saying? And
for the record, road means the streets to the Americans. Shit about the UK. We're talking about the road. We're talking about the streets. In the streets out.
I'm not literally talking about tarmac and them thing there. Like.
You gotta explain. I'm translating the slang a little bit for those that don't.
Yeah, word. No, I feel you. So yeah, like it's a universal language, you know what I mean, and decorum and how one must conduct themselves, you know, when in other. It's not a matter of being afraid or anything like that. It's just a matter of being aware of your surroundings and conducting yourself in a way where no one feels you're disrespecting them in their on their territory. You know what I'm saying?
I got one beef with London. You know what that is?
The food.
But specifically, I'm from Flatbush, Brooklyn. Grew up around Caribbean food. When I want my jerk chicken, rice and peas, I get a roti. That roti is big. Yo, you go out there, you know, first of all, the money.
Yeah, the portions are shit out here sometimes.
Yeah, they give you a little.
But you know what? It's improved. It has improved. Yo, I remember the Trini
spot by you. I got a roti. It's good. It's good. I you know, the bakes are good. The roti is good.
Yeah.
The skinniest roti I ever had in my life. It looked like a blunt.
And back then, it was like something like $20 for that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I feel you, man. Obviously someone like me, I know the difference, innit? And that, bro, I even feel the fucking pinch because I'm coming to Flatbush. You know, I'll go to Lloyd's. You know what I'm saying? No, Lord's. I'll go to Lord's Bakery. You know what I'm saying? I buy me my favorite fucking red velvet cake and shit.
Yeah.
I come back to London. First and foremost, I can't find that shit. And if I do find it, it's made out of some fucking whack-ass ingredients. And it's the smallest slice you can fucking find. And you're paying damn near $20 for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
but now you see why Americans are so damn fat. Get too much damn food.
I you know, that's down to the individuals as well. You know what I'm saying? You can't really, you know, but yeah, it's different. It was different words then, but I feel it's coming together a lot more now. You know, it's quite reflective, you know, of how you know, America was. There's a lot of things now that we have in England that is in America and vice versa, you know. So yeah, like times change, man. Times change, you know.
Yep.
They do. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How did you first fall in love with the music? And when did you first start rapping and producing? Because I know you from making beats too.
I first fell in love first fell in love with the music as a little kid, man. Listening to, I didn't even listen to it. I saw Colors for the first time and I heard Ice-T's Colors. That's my earliest fucking memory, man. It was so atmospheric, man, and Ice-T's bars, man, like fucking chilling for a little kid hearing that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love.
You know, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, and individualism and having that amazing gadget, you know, we have called the fuck it button. You know, Ice-T is the master at pressing the fuck it button. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he did, you know. And a lot of people credit NWA for gangster rap and all that from the West Coast anyway, West Coast rap. They credit a lot of that to NWA, but I credit that to Ice-T.
Power.
You know what I mean? Because,
big album.
You know what I'm saying? Power. Power, bro.
For me, I love
you know
OG,
I mean?
Original Gangster. I even loved oh shit,
that dude, man.
You know, Cop Killer and
that's what I'm saying.
Body Count. The band. I like Body Count.
It's so much like, you know, anyway, so yeah, so I heard that. And yeah, like I always, you know, I always thought like, wow, like one day I want to do something like this, you know what I mean? And then obviously I discovered Wu-Tang and I literally studied everything about Wu-Tang. Like I had every Wu release, unreleased releases, everything. And I knew all the lyrics. And I would go to talent shows and perform that shit. And I was dubbed the Wu-Tang Kid at one point. I was dubbed the Wu-Tang Kid at one point. And then, yeah, man, some dude approached me one day and he was like, yeah, man, I think you should take this thing seriously. Like, start writing your own shit. And that was it. That's how I stumbled into becoming an MC. And the producing, back in 2001, I was part of a 40-man crew called Militia Street Squad. And we were basically a guerrilla promotional team. For major labels like Universal, EMI, BMG, Sony BMG, who else? Tommy Boy, Koch Records, Landspeed at one point. Was it? Yeah, I believe Landspeed as well, man, before they became Nature Sounds.
No, Landspeed became Traffic.
No. Traffic.
Yeah, trust me.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. So much has happened, bro. Fucking Raucous Records
Nature
as well.
Sounds is Devin. He worked at.
That's right. Yes. You're right. Yes, you're right. But yeah, man, it's like, yeah, we were PRing for all of them, and basically, we landed this. We landed the promotion job for, so we were a street team, basically. We were the first ever street team in England, in London.
I'm doing that kind of work as a kid too.
Yeah, man. So like, we landed this job with
Or social media, street teams were very, very, and it's still important, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, street teams changed the game, like, you know what I'm saying? We definitely changed the game at some point, you know what I mean? And we were that bridge between the streets and these record labels, you know what I mean? We convinced the streets to appreciate or accept the commercial music that was coming through these labels. Whether commercial or not, they needed the streets to accept their shit that they were putting out. And we were the people that was making the streets be like, all right, cool, bet, like, we fuck with you guys, so if you fuck with them, we'll give them a go, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of how it was, you know? And we were getting paid pretty well for it. And we landed the job with Koch Records to promote the Digital Bullet album. And we linked up with RZA and Tim Westwood when they were doing an interview. And after that, we went to Subterranea, which is a venue in London, Ladbroke Grove. And RZA was preparing for his show and stuff. And he saw this, and DJ Pogo comes to the stage just before rehearsal began, and put this machine on the stand, and I was like, yo, what the fuck is that, like, kind of thing, you know? And Rizzo was like, what, you don't know about the MPC 2000? You don't know about the MPC period? Like, the MPC is what changed everything for hip hop, you know? And he gave me a little history. At the time, I didn't know, like, you know, Dre, you know, made the MPC 60 what it was, you know, for the NWA album and stuff like that, you know. So he was giving me a dope history behind that. And he was telling me about the SP12. Before the MPC was the SP12, SP1200,
right?
You know, so then he showed me how to see, I believe it was Ice Cream. He was sequencing. He showed me how he sequenced it and assigned it to each pad on the MPC and stuff like that. And so, yeah, so that was my birth as a producer, you know? And yeah, like, so after that, I was even more in love with hip hop. I mean, so, and he showed me that, again, learning how to produce, I made so much money from, you know, giving beats to people, selling beats and shit. And I don't think I was all that personally. You know what I'm saying? I was dope, don't get me wrong. But you got others, there were so many other producers out there at the time that was ill, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, like, like, that was a lesson. I took that lesson. I made some nice bread out of it, you know, and yeah, we kept it pushing, bro. And I've been in love with hip hop ever since, man. Ever since.
What was your first MC name? Like, first. I'm talking about before I ever knew you.
It was some fucking shit name, man. I didn't name myself this shit, but like the dude that kind of the dude that showed me what I had to do to know how to rap,
right? To
learn how to rap. He gave me this name, Duke Adonis. Yeah, and when I learned who Adonis was, yeah, I was like, fuck that name to the very core of its meaning. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm good. Allow me, miss me with that shit.
Yeah.
So by that point, our crew got bigger and the team huddled up and it was like, all right, cool, we got to find a name for dude, like, you know, and they came through with Iron Braydz.
Right.
You know
That's what I first said, Iron Braydz.
Yeah, Fire Bun Duke Adonis, blood. But how I thought about it was, I broke it down into syllables. A Don is, you know what I'm saying? Duke, Adonis Duke, you know what I mean? But it still didn't work, man. After I knew what Adonis meant, like, or what that character did, I was like, yeah, now I'm good, bro.
Remember that rapper Adonis? I don't know what happened to him.
Adonis, nah, man.
He fell off.
He's alive somewhere getting that money.
He's alive somewhere.
That's what that matters. Yeah, man. He's probably on a beach chilling off that Bitcoin money, bro. Like, a lot of people are doing that now, you know. Like, a lot of people been eating well off that cryptocurrency, man.
A lot of
metaverse money.
A lot of people losing money.
Yeah. That's a whole fact. I mean,
one thing I give you credit for, you always had really creative videos. You had remember the Akira inspired video?
Yeah, Golden Legacy.
Right, that was crazy. And then you had the you know, I love the samurai video.
Ooh,
M9.
Oh, forget the name of it, man. Devil's Death Day.
Devil's Death Day, right? Oh man.
Yeah.
It
was produced by Anti, the protagonist. Say that again.
You took all the classic samurai movie footage. Yeah. You guys are wearing the authentic armor.
Yeah. I pulled some ropes for that shit, boy. Pause. But yeah, I pulled some ropes, bro. Yeah, to make that happen. Crazy. Yeah. I've always wanted, that's the thing, like, I don't think, but I believe.
Right.
I believe that's what I want, you know. I've always wanted to just be out of the box, man.
Right.
You know, and you can see it from then. Like, I don't want to be like these other cats. Like, I don't want to have, you know, women in my video just shaking their body, like, and then that's it. Like, you know,
Right.
I get that in
Standing in the
private.
corner
You know?
looking tough and all that, you know.
Yeah, it's about the creativity for me, and I mean, it's about the art for me, man. Like, it really, really is, you know. And it took me a while to get my business hat on. It took me a while to create a business hat and put it on, you know, because I was always thinking creatively and wanting to be so different from the rest of them, you know. So like, yeah, like, you know, it's always been that way for me, always, you know. But then it got to a certain point where the subject matter and the name was just boxing me in. I felt boxed in. So I you know, and it's like, I believe, yeah, I believe the universe felt that, and the universe put me and Sean in contact. We had that conversation, and that was it, boy. That just sparked it. Like, that was just the spark, you know, the spark man needed, like, you know, and here we are having this conversation.
All right. So how did you come up with the Fly Hooligan? And how did the transition go?
So I was heavily into Ray Winston movies. I still am, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But every movie I was watching, I was like, wow, like, this guy, like, he's a fly hooligan. Like, this dude can fuck some shit up, like, but he's slick with it too, like, you know what I'm saying? He's mad slick, like, whoever his stylist is, they're on point, like, you know. And so, yeah, I was,
the Ray Winston project, I remember.
Yeah, like, so I'm just like, yeah, man, no, do the slick with it, man. He's a fly hooligan. And bam, there was my little epiphany moment right there, yeah, because I'd already figured out what my rhyme style would be like and all of that. The only thing I was thinking of is what sort of cadence would I have? What sort of voice would I have? You know what I'm saying? Because I
went from Iron Braydz to braids. You took the iron.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So like,
it was the caterpillar going into the, you know, the
cocoon, then the butterfly. You know what I mean? Oh shit! My man's spreading his wings.
I'm beautiful, I know.
Absolutely, that's why you married, man. There you go, man. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta have fun.
Yeah, it was just the name and stuff like that I was having an issue with, because I wanted something that matched the style I was going for.
Right.
You know, and what sort of cadence would I have? Because a hooligan don't necessarily give a shit. You know what I'm saying? He's just wild with it. You know what I mean? So I was still trying to figure that out, you know. And when you listen to Scum was the first project I actually recorded as the Fly Hooligan. But I was still trying to figure it out. I was still trying to figure out how I'm going to sound. So you'll hear it, I sound a lot more deeper in that project. But then once it clicked...
That was Weed Smoke, right?
Nah.
That came after?
Scum is the first release I put out, and it's got Westside Gun and Hus Kingpin on there.
Right, I remember that song you did with them.
Westside Gun.
One of those in the radio mix.
The joint with Westside Gun, that's called Savile Row. That was the first track I ever put out as the Fly Hooligan. At that point, you see what I'm saying? So like, around that time, by the time I got to that song, I'd sort of figured out how I was going to sound. But before that, my voice was still deep, but I was feeling like my voice, I speak deep sometimes, I speak high like this sometimes, you know. To me, this is how it, you know, it sounds high to me, but it might sound deep to someone else.
Higher, and when you
know what I'm saying?
You get lower.
Yeah, so like, yeah, so I was just trying to figure out how my sound could reflect the name. You know what I'm saying? And then boom, like, you know, it just clicked for me, man. It clicked for me. I listened to a lot of music. Be Real was one of them. Like, Be Real was definitely another inspiration in terms of
Mm.
like, when you hear B-roll, you know it's B-roll. You're not gonna get misconstrued for anyone else. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna be like, oh no, that's Tretch, bro. Nah, you sure? Nah, it sounds like Tretch. I'm not sure. Never that. You will never get B-roll mistaken for anyone else. You know it's B-roll. You see what I'm saying?
Unless they're copying his style. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So like that is, so I was like, all right, cool. I need to sound different. You know what I'm saying? To me, I want to sound, I want someone to hear my voice. And even if I'm gonna spit calm, like I want them to hear that voice and be like, yeah, that's Hooli. I want them to hear a beat and be like, yeah, I can hear Hooli on that beat.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That was the goal that my voice had to achieve. You see what I'm saying? So then yeah, like, and then I indirectly got introduced to West Side Gun through Sean Price again.
Right.
Again, another Sean Price intervention.
And guess who introduced them?
Yourself, right? Okay. So he
made that song happen. What's the name of the song again?
Black Tar.
Yep.
Produced by Darren Jar.
Yep.
And I heard that joint and I was like, because Sean was showing me a bunch of fucking tracks around that point.
Right.
But he didn't show me that. Like, you know, I knew about the Royal Flush joints and all of that.
Right.
I even knew about the fucking the shit that he had with why am I forgetting names, man? It's 2 o'clock in the morning, by the way. So for anyone watching this,
right,
it's mad late.
5 hours later out there.
Right. So
Illa G?
Lil Fame. Lil Fame.
Oh, The Price of Fame.
Lil Fame. I knew about that record.
Right.
But I didn't know about Black Tar. So I heard Black Tar and I hear West Side Gun on that. And I'm like, nah. Yo, this dude is going to fuck shit up, you know?
Right.
Like, I could see it already. So I reached out to Sean. I was like, bro, you didn't tell me about this one. And then before I even said anything else, he's like, yeah, this dude's gonna kill it. This guy's gonna kill this shit. Like he's got mad, he's ill. He's got mad potential, basically. That was the conversation.
I found out maybe a year and a half before that from Planet Asia. Planet Asia introduced me through the kind of on the web. Because Asia, I gotta give him that credit. He's always got his finger on the pulse of hip hop. So, you know, like when the UN was doing their thing, he's like, "Yo, Rock March is gonna blow up." He was bringing Rock March to my crib. I'm talking like 05, you know. And he always, you know, he's always introducing these guys who blow up 2-3 years later, and I'm like, this motherfucker knows what he's talking about.
Oh yeah, Bibbs. Asia been
yeah.
Like
and then Sky Zoo's a big supporter of West early.
Oh yeah, long time. Like, you know, the video's there, like, to prove it. Like I always say, man, thank God for the timeline. Because we live in a different era now. Like, it's not like hearsay or anything like that. We've got receipts now. Like, you can, all you got to do is type in a name or a word. In fact, before you even finish typing in that word, that shit will come up.
Right.
So it's not speculative, it's not theorized, it's none of that shit. It's actual factual that you can jump on the timeline and you can source it almost immediately. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say thank God for the timeline. Because no one, 20 years from now, no one can come up with some bullshit story like, oh yeah, these fucking cats from Norfolk came up with this whole gourmet rap sound and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? No one can come along and whitewash this shit. You see what I'm saying? And it's very important to me, the history and the legacy of this sound, of this style. You know, I know it's influencing people already. You see what I'm saying? It's, you know, it's influencing people, and the influence is only going to grow. So it's going to come to a point where someone's going to want to tell the story of this history. So I'm saying they're going to want to break down the lineage of this style, this sound, you know, where it came from, how it got started, who had the goals to even say that they're fucking fly in a fucking song in the UK specifically,
right?
You know, and they need to know who the person is. You see what I'm saying? So it's mad important, bro. You know what I mean? It's mad
I gotta
important.
say too, even though your music is still British and it's still very hip hop, it's very palpable. I think I said the word right. I hope so. To an American audience. So
Right.
and you're still rapping with with how you speak with your accent, but something about it works for the American crowd. When like, yeah, Americans can be a little ignorant sometimes. Like, oh, if I hear a British voice, I can't listen to this. I can't hear UK rap. And that was the attitude for years. And some people still have this attitude, and it's unfortunate because I've always liked UK rap. I knew who you were before I met you because of Hip Hop Connect.
Snips.
No, Hip Hop
yeah. Summit. Yeah.
So I knew who Snips was and you, and I had seen you guys in the magazine before.
Right.
I would read that Source, XXL, Don Diva, Feds, and I would get Hip Hop Connect every month and check out
Connection. That's right. Yeah.
Hip Hop Connect.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. See, but then it was all magazines. Who's got magazines like that now? You see what I'm saying? That's the difference in timeline. And we're only talking about 10, 15 years ago,
Right.
It's not even like 60, 70 years. It's like 10, 15 years ago.
The game is now so much. Magazines.
Yeah. So from this point on,
so much off mixtapes. I mean, look at it like that.
And from this point on, anyone who needs to know about anything, you know what I'm saying? All they got to do, again, hop on Google or some shit,
right?
Type in a word, bam. It's all there in front of them within a matter of seconds.
Music, videos, interviews, podcasts, ciphers, live performances, everything.
Yeah. And no one can take that away. And for me, it's very fucking important. Very important. Very important. It's a legacy, something that I want, my babies to be proud of.
Right.
When they're older, you know what I'm saying? When they have that sense of hip hop in them, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's mad important. I did digress. However, so after hearing that Black Tar, I got in touch with Westside Gun.
Right.
We had a dope understanding. I think at the time when we started talking, Conway was inside. I think he was doing a bit or something. Yeah, man. But then, so when Conway came out, I built a relationship with him as well. And just upon conversating with Wes and listening to a lot of his music, listening to a lot of Huss, Rock Marcy, Asia, that was helping me a lot, man. Big Ghostface Killer, ODB.
Right.
That was helping me a lot. You see where I'm going with this? It was helping me a lot with where my cadence can work with my name, with my style, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For me, I look at all of these things like it could be deemed as a minor to someone, but for me, that's my thing. That's my OCD. Like I look at the very intricate details sometimes, most of the time, and
what about like Vancouver, Lord Finesse?
Oh yeah, of course. Come on now, man. Slick Rick. You want to go that far back? Let's go then. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just, there's no way, shape, or form am I ever going to be unaware of those legends. You know what I'm saying?
I had a show with Slick Rick not so long ago, and at
the
Apollo in Harlem, crazy. Slick Rick and Rakim.
And again, Slick Rick, London.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Londoner, bro. You know what I mean? And he's from South. One of my nieces, in fact, he's from the same neighborhood as my niece. I'm trying to remember the name of the ends, man. But again, it's 2:20 a.m. You know what I'm
He
saying?
was
So
so fly with it. Dana Dane from Brooklyn was rapping with an English accent in the beginning.
exactly.
You know?
Exactly. You know, so like Moni Love. Come on now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Moni Love. MF Doom, rest in peace. You know. The influence, and especially with style, you gotta remember, like, because a lot of people think that a lot of people thought that the British were copying Americans with their style. And I'm not trying to say that Americans took their style from us and then sold it back to us. I used to say that. But what I'm saying is, when Americans saw our style, they put their own flair to it.
Right.
And because the American market is far more greater and vast than the British market, you know what I'm saying? Like, that machine is huge, you know? So it will get, what
It's
they would
always
do
been
would
a
get to
back
the
and
public.
forth culturally. You know, I feel like rhythm and blues, R&B, rock and roll, going to the UK, and then influencing back, you know, the British invasion and, you know, everything from the Beatles and the Who and all that, and even in soul and R&B, and people don't realize hip hop's been in. If I get on a plane and I go over the ocean to London, it's the same distance flying as going to LA, just about.
Yeah.
And the London scene started, I think, before the LA scene, or around the same time, early '80s. You know, very early '80s. And it's been around that whole time. And
Man.
there's been ups and downs, of course, and the scenes have changed, the circles have changed, the artists, the DJs, but it's been around a long time. That's why I was offended when I think it was Young Jeezy was telling Moni Love, "Oh, what do you know about hip hop? You're from the UK." I think it was Jeezy.
That was the consensus for a long time. Yeah, you're right. But
Right.
that's what I'm saying. That was the idea for a very long time. So you gotta understand, like, a lot of people don't understand, like, the amount of the barriers even me, like, I had to break through and you know what I'm saying? Just they will never know, and I'm not mad at that. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think I want to go too deep into that. But at the end of the day, it just goes to show the level of perseverance and resilience that I have. You know, I've got that alligator skin. You know what I'm saying? It's thick and luxurious. It's coarse. You know what I mean? But you know,
yeah, I'm
like,
alligator.
but like, you know, it's just one of those ones, man. It's just one of those ones. We just have to keep it moving. I got a vision, you know, and I got a love for this thing. You know what I'm saying? And it will never stop. You know. Like, that's where I'm at with it, man. That's where I'm at with it. And you know, again, I've been blessed to be in a position where I'll tell you this about resilience. Before Gold Made Deluxe came about, people were shutting their doors in my face, man. In England. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
I went to them with this idea, you know. I told people, look, this, and this, and this. This is going to happen. This is what's happening. You know, I predicted this shit, bro, to a lot of people, to a lot of 3 labels. I predicted this shit until I came across one of them. I met one of them face to face. The owner said to me, yo, I can either put this out for you and I'm going to take 50% for doing nothing, or you do it yourself. The purist, you know what I'm saying? He said that, and here I am, you know what I'm saying? After how many people shut their door in my face? They snubbed me, you know what I'm saying? So it's not just, it's one thing Americans like, oh, nah, he's got a British accent, he's rapping with a British accent, fuck that, I ain't trying to hear it. But then it's also another thing where you're in England and you're spitting a certain way. You're being cocky. You're being confident within your own self.
Right.
And motherfuckers have this culture, like not all of them, but a lot of them have this culture of like, oh, I've got to be humble all the time, 24/7. I got to be humble and smart in my bars, and I got to be humble and smart in person and all of that. I don't want to spit no ignorance, you know what I'm saying? And you know, I was getting hit with a lot of doors because of that, because I wasn't doing that. I wasn't on some like, yeah, I'm fly, like, you know, I'm dope, I'm amazing, I'm remarkable. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, nah, blood, we're not
Yeah,
trying to
I
hear
think
that
you,
in
you
no
were
one's
definitely being
vocabulary.
too humble at one point, for sure.
Absolutely. You know,
And I
and
remember,
that was a culture out here. That was a culture out here. To
right.
be like, oh, nah, this guy's better than me, or this guy's dope, and blah, 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 and all that. Yeah, you know that, me. I was
I think
guilty
it's
of that
that,
shit, bro.
and then like also from what I've seen, kind of sometimes a defeatist attitude, like, this is everything is shit, bro. Like, nah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work.
Exactly.
And then you don't make
And
it
I had to
happen.
break
You
away
gotta
from
make
more
it
that.
happen.
I had to
Right.
break from more that, fam. I said, nah, you lot, whoever you are thinking like that, that's on you, blood. Like, that's nothing to do with me. I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. If you don't love yourself, that's your business. But I love myself. Right. I want success for myself, and whoever wants success for themselves as well. But, you know, there was a point I was so adamant about that mentality that the first thing I'll say to any new acquaintance, like, if you don't believe in yourself, if you're trying to put barriers before you've even tried something, you know, to bring about success, you need to get the fuck up out my face from now, bro. Any self-doubt, any doubting, all of that, nah, blood. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Stay far away from me. You know what I mean? At one point, I was really not trying to hear none of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
I don't like being told I can't do something. You know,
that's it. That's my point.
I remember, my brother. I love him. Shout to DJ Snips. When I first came to London, he was like, "Oh, I brought a big box of mixtapes." He was like, "Oh, you're not gonna be able to move them out here. People not gonna buy them. The mixtape spots aren't gonna take them." I got rid of everything. I put it in stores. I put it in little shops and moved it hand in hand, different clubs. I got them off. You know, so I feel like
you gotta do what you gotta do. What you gotta do sometimes.
And that's a smaller way of doing it. But you gotta manifest.
And that's another thing I've
destiny.
always admired about Americans. You know what I'm saying? And that was something I don't feel I was getting in England at the time, where it was like just straight go-getters, you know, not taking no for an answer. I've got a vision, I'm gonna execute that shit. I remember like one of my first visits to America, when I was staying in Gun Hill Road in Bronx. I was living out there for about a month and a half. And every time I hopped on the train, bro, like there was someone hustling. Like there was always someone trying to sell something, trying to get the dough off, like, you know what I mean? And there was always this hustler's mentality, like, and I was like, I want to apply that shit to what I'm doing. you know what I mean? Like, and then that's when I went back to England, and I was amongst the first people to sell their CDs on road, like, you know, and
I remember that.
You know, I remember, yeah, man. So it's like, yeah, like if you're not one of those people,
CD, you had a few other ones,
Verbal Swords, yeah, man, yeah. So it's like that's the thing. My history is very rich, you know, and everything happens for a reason, because I remember, man, there was a time when I wasn't prepared to talk about my history. You know, I wasn't prepared to be so in depth with what it is I'm doing, and being so passionate when I tell whoever's interviewing me, like, yo, listen,
Mm.
I fucking love hip hop, B. Like, this shit saved my fucking life, and it saved the lives of many. And yo, I am the culture. I am the fucking wave. You know what I'm saying? Nothing can stop me. And I love hip hop with all my fucking heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, I would have been a fucking executive at Mercedes-Benz a long time ago. My nigga, I was headhunted by TfL, man, like Transport for London for a job that they fucking tailored for me and shit. And I turned that shit down just to do hip hop, to do this 24/7, 365.
I would have been a doctor or a lawyer by now, who knows? But I love what I do. My life is so much more interesting, man.
And some people, and some of us would have been incarcerated or dead right now if it weren't for hip hop.
That too. A lot of people.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I love this shit, man. I love this hip hop shit, bro. It's 2:30 in the morning, B. Like, I could be sleeping right now, but I'm wide awake because we're talking.
I can lie to you. I had some coffee before I started this.
Yeah, now I've got energy because I'm talking hip hop, fam. Let's talk about something else. I'll be like, yo, I gotta go, you know, G. Man's gotta go, like, man's gotta dip, dive, bro. Like, man's gotta be out, like.
By the way, speaking of nicknames, we talked about MC names you had. What's the nickname you created for me that I don't ever use because of my complexion?
Why do you want me to talk about that shit?
It's funny.
No. That's our private thing, man.
All right.
We're gonna keep that one private.
All right.
Amongst ourselves. Yeah.
Frank still calls me that.
We ain't gonna put none of that shit on Front Street.
Shout out to Frank.
Yeah, I still call you it. I called you it the other day.
Funny.
Because you do some nigga shit, that's why. Oh shit, man. This guy, honestly. Man.
My whole face in ram left.
Got me feeling like Dave Chappelle over here.
I'm from man. You can't.
But yeah, man.
You can take me out of Brooklyn, but I'm still.
Yeah, you're still Brooklyn. You're still Brooklyn. That's what I'm saying. Yo, I remember saying this so many times. Like, Brooklyn and South Londoners are the same. Brooklynites and South Londoners are the same, bro. Like, you go anywhere in the fucking world, you'll bump into someone from Brooklyn or South London easily.
When I got off the last stop in Brixton, and I'm looking around, I'm like, this shit looks like the last stop in the 2 train, Flatbush Junction. Like
exactly.
Like, yo.
And I always used to say, that's why I feel so at home in Flatbush or like Brownsville even. You know what I'm saying? Like, I felt
comfortable. I felt very comfortable. Yeah, like Snip said I felt too comfortable.
It's a bigger version of my ends. Like, it's a bigger version of my ends. Anything can fucking go down. Anything can go down. Like, I was walking in Harlem, bro. Like, I was on the back streets of Harlem, bro. And when I got to my people's crib, they were like, which way did you come? Because we was looking out the window for you. Like, and they're talking about the high road, like the main road and shit.
Right.
Nah, bruv. I was in the back street. I went through the back way. Like, it was like, nah, you're crazy. You're wild. You know what I'm saying? You're wild, like, But I just felt so at home. And like I said, I like to think I carry that energy where it's like, yo, like, I'm carrying what I've learned from being in certain dangerous grounds in certain parts of my life. Right. I'm carrying those lessons with me. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm walking through your territory, I'm not walking through your territory to show you, say, yes, I'm idiot or nothing. But I'm walking through your territory with respect. Man, I stayed in Gun Hill Road for like almost 2 months, bro. And every morning I'm seeing them real guys. Like, I'm seeing them real guys, and every good morning. You know what I'm saying? It's man, good morning, my man. Like, you saying, bro, you good? Yeah, man, I'm good. And that's it.
Right.
That's it. That's how we keep it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got to do nothing live like that, man. Like, you know, that's not the way I was brought up anyway. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the lessons I was taught, you know? But yeah, man. But people, check out the Ben Kingsley, man. That shit's dropping real soon, man.
Tell us more about that, please. You see the
Ben
artwork.
Kingsley. Yeah, man. That's produced by my cousin, entirely produced by my cousin Michael Parkinson.
Right.
Yes, it's 12 tracks deep. Ben Kingsley, he stars in this movie called Sexy Beast alongside Ray Winston. And it was a movie I saw as a young kid as well. Like, so ever since I saw that movie, I knew I was gonna, you know, make an album out of it. So the process in creating this album was very quick and sharp.
Right.
Yes, it's a lot of story rhymes in there, you know, like people, look, my guy Hus Kingpin, he calls me the new Slick Rick. I could never fill Slick Rick's shoes, man, like that. Like, you know, I'm just the new Hooli, you know what I'm saying? Right. But I love my storytelling as well.
You're the new you. Exactly.
I'm the new me, man. Exactly. Like, you know, so you know, but I love my story rhymes, man. I love my story rhymes. Prodigy, Ghostface Killer, Slick Rick, Nas, G-Rap, you know, like so many ill storytellers out there. You know what? Even Havoc, you know, fam, like Havoc's got some ill story rhymes, bro. Like, not a lot of people do not give Havoc credit, like, or flowers for his rhymes, bro. Like, that dude has some rhymes, bro. Like, story, blood on the go back to Infamous, man. Go back to Infamous. Go to Hell on Earth, blood, and people's stories, fam. Man's got some story bars, like. So yeah, man, like
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube, come on now. Ice-T even, like, Ice-T had some ill stories.
6 in the morning,
like,
police at my door.
Come on now. You see what I'm saying? Like, so MC Ren even, you know what I mean? He's got a couple of story rhymes too, like, you know, so yeah, man. Like, I've always been heavy on my story rhymes. So I felt like Ray Winston is a great way to start all of that. You know what I mean? It's a great way to start showing my love for story rhymes and showing that I could do that too. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, there's a lot of stories in there. You know. So yeah, man, definitely check that out. That drops on the February the 28th, which is a Monday, February the 28th.
We're gonna blast that out along with the podcast and everything.
No doubt, man. I look forward to the feedback and all that. Criticism's good and bad, you know what I'm saying? I always take lessons from all of that, you know what I mean? So I'm good.
You know what blew my mind? That first time I met you guys in London, going through by the projects, the estates, late at night to get some chicken spot, you know, some fat motherfucker, and fucking red foxes running across the fields. And I'm like, yo, what the hell is that? That's the biggest rat I've ever seen. Yo, that blew my mind. I'm serious. I didn't see that. You know, those damn foxes are big as shit. I thought that was the biggest rat ever. For a second, and I realized what they were.
Don't you have foxes in New York now?
No. We have coyotes in like Long Island and the Bronx a little bit. They're bigger than foxes. And
they're part right, like.
Yeah, but it's not like everywhere. Like them foxes late at night were running around everywhere. Like, oh shit.
Just foxes are wild, bro. But no, I mean, the foxes around here are chill now, man. They you know, humans are used to them. They're used to humans. But we coexist now.
It's 2:00 in the morning. I've been drinking, and I'm seeing these guys running across the field in front of the building.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
That's crazy. Yeah, man. Yeah, boy.
Yeah, me not hold you up. I know it's, you know, getting late over there, man. I appreciate you, my brother. You know,
appreciate you too.
You family. We've been through crazy stuff, you know. You know, singing Prince together. You know,
Yep. Placed together in the most uncanny place, like in the most unlikely fucking place in the world.
Yeah.
You know, up at 6 o'clock in the morning singing fucking Purple Rain and shit. Rest in peace, Prince. Because it was literally like a week later he passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, some shit like that, bro.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like a month later or something. Like it was definitely that same year though. I remember it clear as day.
Around that same time.
But yeah, man. No. Been through it, man. We've been through it. But yeah, we're still here. And you know, we got history to make. So let's go ahead and do that. Do just that, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Word. All right, thank you for coming by.
My bro. Salute. Appreciate you.